Hey, peace family, welcome to Supersfarm. I'm Michelle. If you're new here, we are new homesteaders here to Southeast Texas. Previously we were zone 8B, but we have been newly appointed, I guess, assigned zone 9A. So it's kind of interesting. I thought we received like too many cold snaps to be considered 9A. When I think of 9A, I think of like tropical, because after 9A all you have is 9B, 10A, and 10B, so which, you know, is the tropics. But anyway, 9A it is, which I really kind of go off of our last frost date for the most part to determine when I'm going to start planting things. And you know, I had I had guavas, and I had tropical plants that haven't survived, so our winters. So, and it may just be that I need to do more to protect those plants, and maybe they would survive. But anyway, what I'm doing today, I'm actually behind our well house, and this little area faces our in-ground garden. And so I thought it would be better for me to make this space sort of a little working area. I set up the tent outside of my shed, me and my daughter's shed, to do a lot of like my seedling starts and everything like that, because the shed is where I have the grow lights. So it's just easier for me to, you know, mix everything out there in the front of the shed outside. I have a little table and a little tent, and then just carry it right up the stairs to the shed. But what I decided is I'm going to only put minimal starts in the shed this year under the lights. Things that are definitely very frost tender, that I don't want to risk if we do have a late frost or something with having them outside. But everything else, for the most part, I'm going to do the starts outside and put them in the greenhouse. So let me show you that. And I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can get full perspective of like where I am. Okay, so there's the greenhouse. It's this one here. This right here is Super's experiment. When we first got the greenhouse, the plastic was not quite right, so I contacted the manufacturer and they sent us another one. So Super used the one that we took off over my cattle panel trellises throughout the winter to try to keep like a little greenhouse environment for some starts that he has going. So anyway, I've got to get this area cleaned up. So it has been raining this morning. It's still drizzling really light, like a mist, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my camera out here so that I can have a little working room here in the shed. I already kind of started this shelving unit right here. I put in here and move the sink table. You can't see that. Let me move again. That's better. So this shelving unit right here was in one of our sheds in the front. Super has like a gym shed up at the front of the property, and so I had two of these units in here that he brought out for me, and I was hoping to put them in the greenhouse, but only one fit, barely. So I put the other one here underneath the well house, and moved the table, this table right here, moved it to the side. So the table was previously in the same place that shelving unit was, but I've just moved it to the side so I could fit that shelving unit. And I like having this table because I got it off of not Marketplace, but OfferUp, I think. Yeah, OfferUp. Because it's like a sink, and so I can attach the hose to it and you know, rinse off seedlings, or if I'm bringing stuff in from the garden, rinse that off. It's kind of like a wash table. I really like having that. But what I've got to do now is Super had someone donate another like small shelving unit to us right here, this unit here. So now I've got to make room for that. And what I think I'm gonna do is where I have my stakes and this little green shelving, I think I'm gonna pull that out, because the green shelving, I really want that in the greenhouse. I'm gonna pull that out, empty all that off, and then put the one that Super got for us, or for me really, the one that was donated there.
Because I've seen a super famous seed company oversaturate all of their beautiful seed packets, you know, to kind of give you the wrong impression. So I've seen this before, it happens a lot, but when you come down to it, this bioengineering, like...
Okay, I definitely don't want to mess up my camera. But I'm going in circles because I can tell that this open space right here is not going to fit that shelving unit. I've got to figure out somewhere to put these stakes. So that's what I was kind of looking at. I don't have any room on either side of those shelving unit. I was trying to keep the stakes out of the weather when I'm not using, just to kind of using them just to kind of have more longevity, because those garden stakes were kind of expensive. So I was trying to, you know, keep them under cover here, you know, to, like I say, prolong their life. So I'm really not trying to put them like out. Maybe I'll put them in Super's little experimental greenhouse. Initially, when I built this island here, this little pallet island, let me show you guys. So we had, you know, a lot of pallets. Super used to get them in abundance at his previous job. So I made this little island for the greenhouse, the pallet greenhouse that Super made for me. I don't have that pallet greenhouse anymore. It didn't stand up to our harsh hurricane force winds here in Texas. But I did, you know, still have this island here that was in the middle of the greenhouse. But well, oh, sorry, squirrel. What I was gonna say was, when I built it, the opening to the pallet is at the top, and so I was putting stakes and garden tools and all that kind of stuff in here. But I think I have too many garden stakes now, so I guess let's get this cleared off and let me see if I can try to use it that way. And I'm wearing gloves. I have two right gloves, so, but I'm wearing gloves because these things have not been moved around for quite some time, so I don't know what has bedded down in these little cracks and crevices. Okay. This is the little sink nozzle for that table, and you just attach your water hose to that, and then, you know, you have like a little sink attachment. Also, here's some shelves that go inside of the little island, the little pallet island here. This was some reclaimed wood that Super brought, and so I measured it so that the shelf could just go right in each little slat of the pallet. So you could do it, you know, different levels. Like that. So just more storage, you know. Anyway, so let's see if we can get those stakes put up. Wasp. The mosquitoes. I'm running into a problem with the roof. And these little stakes, they break sometimes, so I have all different sizes. All right, so that actually worked out really well. That is how I had it in the greenhouse, but I didn't have this many stakes. And I wanted to show you guys the original package. I still have one that wasn't opened yet. But I got these stakes from Lowe's, and the pack has 12 stakes in it. They're just regular garden stakes, but one pack was, I think it was like $8.99 or something like that. It made sense to get the pack, excuse me, for the price, but where the cost came in was having to get multiple packs. I mean, you can see I have a lot of packs. I think I wound up spending like a total of $100 for all of these stakes. And I did have to order these online because they didn't have them in the store. So I ordered them online. I don't know if this helps, but there's a number 0621 if you're looking for some wooden stakes. This is a 12 pack. I don't know how much they cost this year. I got these, I think it was 2 years ago. I got these. So, and I'm trying to hold on to this last pack. All right, so let's put that shelf up. All right, so I had to put some fill dirt down. at the bottom. Unfortunately, homestead life, there are mice. And so I don't know if it was a mouse hole, but it looked like a mouse hole. So I put some fill dirt down there, and if it is a mouse, that's not gonna stop them. They'll burrow right through that, and then I'll know to put like some plyboard or bricks or something like that, more secure for them, to make it more secure. The well, this is the well house we're behind. So on the other side of this wall is our well, and it's like a shed, the well house. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the shelving on that shelf unit there. All right, she's up. So for whatever reason, people, you know, they get rid of things that are not necessarily no longer usable. They just maybe change their aesthetic, or maybe they're sick of looking at it. I don't know, but I'm always grateful to repurpose and give life to something that otherwise would just go into the dump. So I hope to paint this, like refinish it, paint it, but for now we just need to get her up and functional, and then I can always, if I have time, go back and make her look pretty. So right now she has a purpose. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead now. I have a lot of pots. It seems like I have maybe saved every pot that I have ever brought to the homestead, because I'm not kidding you. I probably have a good 100 pots, 150 pots. All this up here at the top, that's all pots. This shelving unit was also repurposed from someone that was moving. My soil sister Jules, she was moving. She is the lovely person that gave us the chickens when we first got here. So she was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and I have a bunch of pots from her too, a bunch of terracotta pots. So I got that shelving unit off Jules. All right, family, so let me go ahead and just kind of do a lot of the little work that I have to do. I won't bore you with it. I'll come back and show you the finished product. So all that's got to get organized, and of course that new shelf there's got to get organized. All right, family, I am all done. And it pretty much took all day. I wasn't rushing. I just was taking my time, kind of thinking, you know, what would make sense to put what where. For the most part, I put all of the like seedling trays and the little cups and everything in the greenhouse. I put fertilizer out here under the well house, and then I have like different size pots, you know, depending on where I think I'll be using them the most. So I did create a little like workstation here under the well house as well, for seed starting, where I have like my seed starting components that I make the mix with, the vermiculite and the peat moss. And I also put the perlite under here as well, so that you know, those things, those additives, if you will, they're not really amendments, they don't have any nutritional value, but put those things all together here as well. So thanks for hanging out with me, family, as we did a little bit of spring cleaning for this 2024 spring and summer garden season here at Supersfarm. We'll talk to you soon, family. Peace and blessings.